everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna be doing a back to school prep of our house. I don't know about you, but we are back to remote learning. So I wanna make sure that my house is as ready as it can be so I can still work from home. I have a full-time job and that I can still help my son and my daughter with their schoolwork. As a reference, I have a third grader and I have a preschooler. Preschooler is going part-time to a daycare and part-time she's gonna be at home. So it's kind of like, so we're gonna be doing, modified homeschooling with her on the days that she is at home. And obviously my son is full-time in school. If you are new here, hi, my name is Marta. I am a working mom of two, and on my channel, you're gonna see a lot of content about house and time management. So if this is a content that resonates with you, make sure that you subscribe down below. It's completely free, and that way you're gonna be notified whenever I post a new video. So let's get started with our school prep. So what I did is I went through the box and pulled out anything that we can use for the next school year. So I basically took a supply list and kind of crossed off anything that we already had. So before I went shopping, I wanted to make sure I'm not buying something that we already have in the house. And the next thing that I did is what I do basically every summer. Towards the end of it, I go through all of the paperwork from the previous school year. So I have one box for my son and one box for my daughter, and I just go through it. Anything that I want to keep as a keepsake, I put away in a separate box, and everything that's going to be thrown away gets put into a separate pile. And there was a lot of things that we got rid of. I must say, the ones, I don't even know what it's called. All this glitter, I guess. Those are the best because it spreads everywhere. So my daughter is eating a snack, so I'm using that opportunity to throw away as much of the stuff as I can because she really wants to keep all of it. Okay, so a little update. These are the two small containers I'm keeping one for Emilia, one for David, and all the rest is going to garbage. I mean, I don't think this does it justice. There's a full garbage can, full bin over here. It's a lot. So I'm glad that part's over. So my son seems like he has very little stuff, and that's because his teachers already made him like a folder, and it has like all his stuff in here, which is nice to put away in protective sheets. I mean, it's really, really awesome. So that's what we're keeping because, as you can see, very little things over here. So I think I'm gonna put that binder in there as well. And that's one step closer to preparing for the next school year. So I did my back to school shopping in Target. I am still the type of person who prefers to go in a physical store versus ordering online from the school. And I am kind of glad I did it that way because, like I said, we already had quite a bit of supplies and I did not have to buy that many of them. But what I am doing here is I am just again checking that we got everything, organizing everything, pulling the crayons out, putting them into separate pouches. And I'm putting all the school supplies in that white bin so I can take it to my son's room. And whenever we assemble his desk, that's when I can kind of organize it for him so it's more convenient for him to use it. Now, I also wanted to go through any workbooks that we already had from that I bought in spring, specifically more for my daughter than my son because my son now the expectation is when he is going to do remote learning, it's going to look much different than in spring. That there's actually going to be learning. So I am hoping we're going to get some materials and it's going to go much more smoother. But for my daughter, I wanted to see what I have, what we can still use, what is out of date, kind of sort through that. So it's all nice and organized for once the school starts. And one of the things I'm really excited is I bought this new curriculum for preschoolers. So my daughter is 4. And even though she is not being homeschooled, she does to go to daycare and there is some learning, but I want to make sure that when she is at home, we can have something to do. So it's really awesome. It has stuff for every letter that she can do. It's very simple. I'm just loving it. It is from Lessons from Home. So I'm going to leave the link down below. And this is just a small portion of it because I kind of printed in batches and I want to print something in color, but apparently my printer just refuses to print in color lately. So like this is some stuff for different crafts that we can do for each letter. So there is just a ton of awesome things and ideas and books that we can read. It's, if you are looking for something like that, make sure you check this one out. I'm going to link it down below. And next on my list was something that I was dreading for quite a while, and that was going through my cabinet in the living room. Now, this is something I got, I think, about a year ago. I know I have a video on that. to help me kind of organize the paper and toy clutter in the living area, because even though my kids have their playroom and they have their own rooms, living room is the place to be. So there was a lot of clutter. So I got that cabinet in IKEA, and it has been a lifesaver. It keeps the clutter away. But as you can see, it has gotten completely out of control. There was a lot of art projects in there, a lot of different books and coloring books that some of them were just, all colored in, so we didn't need it anymore. It was useless. So I wanted to go through that, and guys, it did take me a while to go through it. But the end result I am extremely happy with. I got some organizing bins from Target. So all the ones that you see, like those pink and blue ones, I got those. I think they were $3 each, like in the dollar section of Target. They are very sturdy. Having that tray on the bottom is very helpful, because I got something similar from a Dollar Tree, and it just doesn't want to stand because it's just wobbly as soon as you put something in it. So this was really, really helpful. It's big, it fits a lot of things, and it really helps me keep that cabinet much more organized. So one side of it is for my son, one side of it is for my daughter, and it helps them just get things organized and put them in the right spot. And the next thing on the list was assembling my son's desk. Now, he never really needed a desk before, even in the spring, when we went to remote learning, because, like I said, it was kind of a learning that I needed to be next to him all the time. Now, with the new school year, we were told there's gonna be a lot of like live learning when he's gonna have to be using his laptop or Chromebook that they provide. So, because my husband and I work full time from home and we get on a lot of conferences, we really did not feel like it's gonna be the most efficient when he is trying to learn with us, both of us being in a conference calls next to him. So that's why we decided to get a desk so he can have a lot of this like lesson stuff in his room, which is away from where we typically work, which is, in our office and living room. So before he used to do everything on a kitchen island, and now we are switching him over to his bedroom. Now, I will tell you that getting a desk nowadays is extremely challenging. I literally had to be on IKEA website every hour to kind of check when they are back in stock. When we went to the store, there was basically nothing there. So luckily, we were able to get that. And a few days later, I ordered a chair from Amazon. So you're gonna see that in a little bit. But we assembled the desk. Most of the work, actually, my husband was helping me with. My camera died, so we didn't record all of it, but it really turned out exactly what I want, a small desk where he can just do his schoolwork. Lastly, we did his chair. So this is the chair we're doing, and that was really, really painful to assemble. I'm gonna tell you, I like the chair, but if you're getting something like that, I like the fact that it didn't move. You couldn't roll on it, because I can just imagine him playing on that chair, and him being on the second floor and us being on the first. I can just imagine him rolling, and the noise carries throughout the house. So it has awesome reviews, but I didn't read anything about the hard part of assembling it. And it basically boils down to you cannot tighten the screws all the way from the very beginning. It's almost like you have to assemble the chairs from the top down instead of from the bottom up. So I had to have my husband help me with that. We were both like sweaty at the end of that process, but it got assembled. And I really like the end result. I might get him a different rug or something on the floor, because that chair is hard to move, and I don't want it to be moving just on the hardwood floor, because that's gonna scratch it up. So that's something I might add to it. the end result. This is how the desk looks like. I might add a few things here and there, maybe like a dry eraser board, but I am waiting for kind of some more information from the school. I want to see how his days are looking like so I can figure out what else he actually needs, what's gonna make his life easier. So I don't want to like jump and buy things for him now simply because I don't know what's gonna work, what he's gonna need. So that's something I'm gonna probably give you an update on in a few weeks once we kind of learn more of what to expect. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some motivation, some encouragement. I know it's going to be a struggling time and challenging time for all of us. Just try to stay positive. That's all we can do. We just have to go get through this challenging time that we found ourselves in. But that's all I have for you. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And like I said before, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.